So I am blessed to have had bullies when I was a child, and I'm gonna tell y'all why. Okay. So when I was younger, I had bullies. Okay, and not the type of where they would try to take my lunch money and like beat me up, like not all the time, but just the type of people who would make fun of my breast size or would make fun of my body weight or make fun of my nose or my skin color, like those type of bullies. Okay. And when you're young, when you're like a child, when you're 13, 14, 15, 16, like that hurts. You know what I'm saying? That hurts. Because you just don't understand, like, it hurts. You just don't understand why you're being picked on for what makes you you. And I'm just sitting here cleaning, and I realize the type of bullying that I deal with when it comes to adults. I am now 31. Okay, I'm not that 16-year-old. I'm not that 22-year-old. Like, I'm 31 years old. Okay, and I still get bullied. And I'm sure there are other adults out there that still get bullied too, or what people assume is bullying. Because like, I don't technically see myself as getting bullied, because you're not gonna bully me. I'm 31 years old. Like, get real, okay? I'm way too aware of what's going on, okay? But if I wasn't, then I would consider that bullying, okay? But it happens a lot in the workplace, I would say, when you're an adult. When people try to seclude you or try to make you feel like you're not in the group, and it's like it's this weird passive aggressive energy that you really can't put your finger on. Or when people say like all like side marks, I don't know how to like explain it, because what you know, right? Because there's triggers, right? You have triggers. There are things that bother you that people do, that they say and stuff like that. And a lot of people will say that, oh, that's just you know, that person didn't mean it that way, which obviously you could just go ask that person. But at the end of the day, you feel how you feel, right? And so if you feel like that was a dig, then it was a dig. More often than not, it happens multiple times. So if it happens 2 or 3 times, then clearly that person doesn't actually like you. Okay, let's just be real. For whatever reason. But the first time, especially if you address it, they don't do it again, then yeah, you know, it was just a mess up. They thought it was funny, whatever the case may be. Or they thought they could do something with you that they do with other people, whatever the case, okay? But it's just hilarious when adults, I mean, you're dealing with adults that are in like their 30s, their 40s, their 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, who try to hurt your feelings or make you feel bad. And you're just like, when you get to a level of awareness that I have, you just feel so bad. You feel bad for people. Because at first, like, I'm not that type of person. So at first, when it was happening, especially when I was younger, I just assumed that, I don't know, like they would say things, and it would bother me, but I would just chalk it up to me just being too emotional. You know what I mean? Like, I'm reading too much into this. But after a while, you realize that person actually didn't like you, and then you start recounting all the times that they said this or they did this, and it's just like, oh, okay. So from the beginning, they didn't with me, and I just like glossed over it because I just assumed it was me. But again, when you get to a level of awareness that I have gotten to, you realize that people are really sad in their bodies. They don't like themselves. They don't like their lives. They don't like the people in their life. And they're just miserable. And they're finding people that, like, especially when it comes to work, so many people are miserable at their jobs and in their workplace that a bunch of people that don't like their job, hate their life, hate themselves, they come together and they act as if they're happy. They act as if they're like a big old family. but they're a family because they keep each other's secrets, because they bully the outsiders, because they, you know what I'm saying, they can connect over the most disgusting and like weird like things in life. Like they have somebody that is able to just what is it, not confirm, but like not comply, but I don't know. They just have somebody that's able to, like, having this conversation, you guys, I would have never had before, because I would always talk to myself about this, and I'm like, I see what's happening, but I always would chalk it up to me just being too emotional. I would always chalk it up to me just, you know what I mean? Like, I'm being too emotional, or I'm reading too much into this. Like, no, it's the truth. And it doesn't matter what level of that these people in. You could be entry level, and it could be the boss that doesn't like you. It could be your immediate boss. It could be the top boss, head boss, other co-workers, whatever. Shit, it could be family. But specifically in the workforce, like, bro, I laugh now because I laugh because I'm not about to let you get to me, right? I'm not gonna let you get under my skin. If anything, I'm not dishing back to you the energy that you give me. But then I also feel bad. Like, I feel bad. I feel such empathy for these people, because I'm like, these people are so miserable. And like, I've gone through some tough shit. Like, I've been through some tough stuff. You know, my life is not perfect, but I don't wake up, you know, in the morning and say, I can't wait to go exclude this person. I can't wait to go make this person feel small. I can't wait to, you know, comment on this person's whatever. You know what I'm saying? I don't wake up doing that. And so when you get to work, you're early in the morning and people are, you know, making fun of your name, making fun of the fact that you have to do things that they didn't have to do. And oh God, this girl tried to at work. So yeah, I keep stopping, trying to get these kids ready, trying to make breakfast, which y'all made some, y'all might not like that, but it's liver, and it's gonna be my breakfast. But yeah, I mean, you guys. So yes, if you ever feel like you're being targeted at work, if you ever feel like people are treating you a specific way, they probably are. And my best bet, especially if you're not in a position to go and find a new job, don't let it bother you. Laugh it off. Laugh it off. I think the biggest issue that people have with me is that, because I used to be the follower at work. Like, don't get me wrong. I used to go to work and the people would want to talk about other people, and like, I'd be in there kiki and haha and all that. I was that person. You know what I'm saying? I didn't exactly know what the hell was going on, but you know, when you want to be a part of the crowd, then you're going to be a part of the crowd. But once I got hip to it, I just laughed it off. And honestly, you become more of a victim, and you become more secluded, right? You get more excluded from situations because you're laughing it off, because you're not, it's like you see what they're doing and you don't want to sit and laugh and make jokes about certain stuff because you see what's happening. And that's kind of just what it was. Like, that's kind of just how it is. And I'm not gonna lie, that's why most jobs, when you go in, a lot of jobs will say, yeah, we have such a family unit here. We're like a family. You know what I'm saying? If you come in, we're like a family. I have one job that tried to instill that into me so much that it was like, yeah, we're like a family. So if one person does, then, you know, the other person can, and just don't talk about it or say anything. See, I talk. People don't like me. A lot of people don't like me because when they talk, I talk. You know what I'm saying? And like, obviously there's times when you need to be quiet about things. And I know when a situation is serious that you don't need to be opening your mouth about. But like, you're treating someone a certain way and you're disrespecting somebody. And sometimes I forget, like, I'm not in the circle. Like, I'm not in the space of trying to hurt people or like do shit, sneaky shit behind their back. So if I open my mouth and say something about what somebody did, the fuck, that's not my fault. You should have did it. Just like if somebody did it about me. That's not my fault. I shouldn't have said it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is. But I just feel like it's shady. It is what it is. But it's not the end of the world. Not to say the least. And like I said, if you gotta keep the job for whatever reason, you can't go to another job because the work is hard out here. Laugh it off. Laugh it off and stay secluded. Do not. Because if you are the last person standing, you are doing your own thing, you are the only person in your lane, and they're trying to pull you in. If you give in to that situation and let them pull you in, you will always be at the bottom. They're absolutely still going to find a way to push you out the door. Except you're going to be now in the group. You're going to be in the little clique or club that they have created, and you're going to feel even worse about what's going on because it's going to be so blatant in your face, right? It's not going to be as hidden. You think it's as soon as they pull you into the little clique that, you know, things are going to be better. No, it's going to be worse. You're going to see even more shade. You know what I'm saying? So just do your own thing. Stick to yourself. I mean, I know they keep trying to push this, we're a family at work and we do this. Come on now. Just stop. Just stop. You do not want to be, you go to work to make your money and then you go home. Why do you want to be friends and have this huge camaraderie with a bunch of people at work who are okay with receiving the bare minimum? You don't want that. You try to move up in your life. You're not, are you better than them? No. Okay, we're not better than each other. We are humans. We're all humans. We're all humans. We're not better. But you don't want to be a part of that clique. Everybody's okay. If people have been working there 5-10 years, you want to be a part of that clique. Why? The people have been making the same amount for all these years, that don't try to push the grain, don't try to go against the system, don't try to do anything to make it better for them. Everybody just wants to be a part of some sort of little group that isn't a part of forward progress. You don't want that, like, at all. And if you are young, especially in your early 20s, just work, make your money and go home. Stop trying to be friends with these people. The economy and the workforce is bullshit because people keep accepting the bare minimum. People are okay with accepting the bare minimum. It is what it is. We're okay with slaving out all these jobs for $14, $15, $16 an hour. It is what it is. Majority of people are, and then they call that family. They call those cliques and organizations, they call it family. How are you family, but you're not pushing or striving for more? That's crazy. So yeah, anyways, let me know what you guys think about this, and I'm gonna go eat my breakfast with me and my babies. Bye guys, and have a wonderful morning.